Welcome back to American Agenda. Once again, President Biden's poll numbers continuing to plummet to dismal lows. A recent Hart Research NBC News poll showing that 54% disapprove of the president overall.
Yeah, with so few Americans having faith in our commander-in-chief, what does it mean for Democrats in the Virginia, New Jersey race? Our panel is back. Can we look at a couple more of these polls? Another one showing Biden and his mental sharpness. 36.9% strongly disagree that he is mentally sharp. Only 19.3% agree that Mr. Biden is mentally sharp. Let's look at one more thing, at least here, in terms of President Biden's ability to handle crises and his competency. Only 37% feel as though he has the ability to handle a crisis. Only 37% feel as though he is competent and effective.
It's down significantly.
Yeah, look at the trend here. So Ford, this does not bode well for anybody attached to President Biden, which might right now be in any Democratic candidate.
And you also forgot the number that nearly 3/4 of the nation thinks the country's on the wrong direction.
That's right, 71%.
Blue state. Virginia is a state that I've done a lot of campaigning in, and I will tell you that, it takes a perfect storm for a Republican to win statewide. We have not won the Commonwealth of Virginia on the Republican side since 2009, and three things attributed to this. Number one is Joe Biden's numbers cratered nationally. Number two was the issue of education played well with suburban voters and independents. And number three, Terry McAuliffe ran a lazy and arrogant race-baiting campaign where he thought he could tie everyone to Trump, and it blew up in his face. And that is why Glenn Youngkin is going to become the next governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Yeah, let's take a look. This Rasmussen poll showing that 57% of Americans feel as though President Biden is weaker as a commander-in-chief compared to recent presidents. Melanie, and also jumping off of what Ford was talking about in that poll that talked about the country going in the wrong direction, 70% of independents and 48% of Democrats think it's going in the wrong direction. So how do you think that will impact or shape up when it comes to the Virginia governor and the New Jersey races? And we can pull up those numbers as you discuss it, because it's very close in both of those states.
It certainly is very close. And as you all know, I'm here in New Jersey, so I definitely have some skin in the game as far as seeing Jack Ciattarelli take the governor's seat here in New Jersey. I think he's got an excellent shot, especially with the polls being as close as they are. Even our left-leaning polls here in New Jersey, such as the Stockton University poll, has them neck and neck. And we know that those polls tend to be skewed towards Democrats in the first place. And when you look at the fact that Biden's numbers are so far down with independents and Democrats, you see Republicans are in a very good position to win not only the gubernatorial seats, but the midterm elections and a red wave going on during the midterm elections.
Let's take a look at Virginia governor's race. I think we already saw that. But Ford, we've got a little bit of time. Will this go down that Terry McAuliffe ran a bad race, or that people are saying Democrats don't know what they're doing?
Both. This is what I'm telling you. This is a perfect storm. It's not just one thing or the other, because, again, Joe Biden won Virginia by 10 points. This is a blue state. You just can't have a good candidate saying all the right things. It takes a lot of mess-ups on the Democrat side. But this is historic, how bad Joe Biden's doing. And a lot of the themes that are going on in Virginia are going to carry forward for Republicans. We're going to win the House in 2022. The only question is whether or not they can win the Senate.
Ford O'Connell, Melanie, Collette, thank you so much for joining us. Back with Social Media Look after this, folks. Stay with us.